So we get to spend the afternoon with the lovely Jen out in Kansas to learn about your process with becoming light. And thank you so much for being willing to talk about your experience in it. And I would love to know, I always like to start off with the juicy bits. So I want to know what were the results for you?
So the results were that I feel, uh, I guess a little bit better, which of charging my hourly rate, that I raised my rate before I joined, and was feeling a little bit like I wanted to offer my clients a little more because of the rate increase, and more or less because I also wanted to create some client retention. I wanted to create a reason for them to come back. I wanted them to be able to, like, okay, I may be spending $200 an hour with you, but like, what is going to make the difference of that compared to spending $150 with someone else or $100 with someone else? So I wanted to be able to create an experience where they felt like valued and valuable, like I was wanting to feel value and valuable with the exchange of money. So I feel like now that someone is coming to me, they walk into the front door and they're like, they all of a sudden just take a deep breath. They take a deep breath and they usually let a sigh out, and they are just happy to be there because they know it is their time to, like, not just get their hair done, but to experience relaxation and just kind of a letting go of everything that they've experienced for the day.
That's incredible. You said that you're feeling a little bit better about your rate when you started. Can you tell me a little
Yes.
bit more about that?
Well, I raised my rates because I wanted to step down quite a bit from behind the chair since I own the salon. Um, that became very time consuming with the energy that I wanted to put behind supporting the stylists on my team, along with supporting the growth of the team and the salon itself. I was feeling pulled in a lot of different directions. So I went from like 3 days behind the chair to 1 day behind the chair and raised my rate from 140 to 200. And
Amazing.
so really just wanted to consolidate, but still not make too much less than what I was bringing in. And so any of the clients that I had obviously kind of shifted around to a lot of different people on my team, but I also maintained some of them as well. But I was feeling a little bit like I might not be creating as much retention as I wanted to with my rate without maybe zhuzhing up my services a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah. And I would love to know, because we met right at a pivotal moment in your business where you were, now you have the other location, but at the time that we met, you were still in the process of it. So I would love to know, what about the process about this worked for you? Like, what did you like about it?
Um, I so the process was really becoming uh, more grounded and centered, which that surprised me a little bit because I was really doing this for my clients. I wasn't really doing it for myself. And getting involved in it and learning all of the things that you taught was also self-centered, which is good. I'm not saying that is a bad thing. It was something that I needed that I didn't know that I needed. And it has helped me be able to fill my cup so that I can then, like, be there for other people and not be operating from like this burned out, empty state. I'm now able to recognize that I come first. There's nothing like really selfish about it, but that, and I realize that it feels good. I'm finding um enjoyment in putting myself first versus like I should probably like take care of myself, but this little part of me was calling it selfish. And being able to release that has been a really great part because I can expand into a bigger salon space and have a bigger team and create this beautiful, like holistic, therapeutic way of doing hair with and be burnt out and have nothing to give. So it was an important part of the process.
Yeah. And I would love to know a little bit about big picture, right? Like you're already talking a
Mhm.
little bit about like how this is helping you to grow in the industry, but like how did it affect the rest of your life?
Um, oh gosh, like I don't, it's hard to put like one little thought on it. I'm trying to come up with a way that I could describe.
You can just spill it out the way that it comes out.
Yeah, I think it was more or less like it's been this like uncovering a little bit of I guess a lot of self-acceptance, but also a lot of like stepping into big dreams and big desires. Like just knowing that those are a part of me and that they've always been with me for a really long time. And knowing that like I'm here to take it, I'm here to receive it, and there's no wrong way of going about it. Like I feel like I've been able to share part of my story with people in a way that's been vulnerable, but not scary, if that makes sense. So
Hmm.
maybe that's it. Maybe the long and short story of it is that I feel like I've been able to come from a more vulnerable, authentic state, both personally and professionally, and show up as that versus hiding and being timid and afraid of like what people are going to say or do or think. Right.
But that's huge.
Yeah.
Because I remember part of your story, you have, I mean, you constantly, obviously, as a salon owner, like invested in your own growth and development over many years, right? And that's literally like just the path to becoming the CEO of a brand
Hmm.
instead of just like a hustling entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And what I remember is you saying, at the start of my journey, all I thought I needed was just to learn a little bit about marketing. You're
Hmm.
like, I just want to know like the 1, 2, 3 step, and then I'll be fine.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then you stepped into a different container and you learned more about financial consciousness
Yeah.
and emotional bandwidth, and what did that look like. So it's interesting from my perspective to watch you. It's pretty cool to watch you take off another veil, so to speak.
Hmm.
I know that during our time together, because you were extraordinarily busy as your like vessel is growing, we talked a lot about authenticity. We talked a lot about money, and we talked a lot about pleasure.
Mhm, mhm.
And
Yeah,
those are really like the big three hallmarks that I really got, during our relationship.
for sure. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I'm like, and I think that that's been a big thing for a lot of us in leadership. Like we go out, and just go out and like do the things and soldier on that, like remembering how to recenter
Mhm,
back into that receptivity
mhm.
is so big for us. But
Yeah.
yet it's like a thing that like, we're like, yeah, I know I need to do that.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
then we'll be like, just like you said, but like I have this other thing I need to do.
Yeah, I don't have time for that right now. I don't have time to have fun.
Yeah, like one of our sessions, I said, go have fun.
Yeah,
And you're like, okay, bye.
yeah,
Well, that's been so important.
yes, yeah,
And how is it now? Because you have this amazing salon. I want you to talk a little bit about what you're creating out there.
yeah. So I love like my salon that I have now, I absolutely love. I love the space that I'm in. I love the space I've created. I love the energy that's there. The atmosphere is really beautiful. I love it. And I decided to go bigger because I felt like I had more things to do. Like there was just more people to serve, more team members to like grow, and to create a space where we could bring on like more of a healing sort of modality in our services, felt like it was the next direction. And so I before we met, I had already planned on like going bigger and expanding, but it was more or less like coming from a space of, well, this space isn't serving me any longer. Well, it still is serving me. I just have to be like honest. Like I walk in my current salon space and I love every minute of it. Like it just feels really great. But before I had kind of like started to have this like lack mentality, like there's, not enough room, like we're bumping shoulders in the color room, and I kind of started to realize like, well, that's kind of the fun part about it. It's like we almost do a dance in the back room when we're making color. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Um, but with the current space, where it's just like being a part of like this whole energetic healing and learning about being with clients in such an energetic healing way has get just broke open a vision and a desire to create a space where that's the normal thing that happens when you get your hair done. Like it just is a part of it, and just being able to create a space where our stylists are setting intentions with our clients. And that's what the expectation is for the client to be able to come in and know that, okay, we're going to create a space for you. This is your container. You get to sit in it and we're going to set the intention and it's for your highest good. Like that's what it's for. And I think that that's exciting because there's not any salons out there that do that. And I think it just brings an awareness of like how we can open up the beauty industry in a way that is just not surface level, but
That's right.
inner. It's like an inner working, and the beauty just radiates from the inside out versus like, you know, covering. It's an uncovering versus a
Mhm.
covering. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that.
Mhm.
My goodness, I can't wait for the future of the salon. I'm so excited for you. It's all so new and you're doing so many great things. You have so many resources for people who are emerging in the field. You have so many different touch points.
Yeah.
And for people who want to connect with you, what is your Instagram?
It's Jen Freestylist. I
Amazing. And do you have a website?
do. It's elevateorganichair.com.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.